What's up, everybody? This is Hydro Channel here, and today's video, I'm going to be talking about what happened in Pokemon Presents, and more importantly, we're going to talk about something that consists of the Arrow Zero, which is talk about the um based on the book, the two drawings of the two Pokemon that was on there. Okay, foremost, let's let's go and share out what's exactly going on. Actually, okay, so the Telemax, which is it comes out right on the September the 13th. And then Blair is a teacher, which her outfit looks a bit different. Let's go with the characters. I wonder if they have a character on there yet. I don't know. They might not have it on there. Okay, yeah, it's probably on the DLC since it is the DLC. Yeah, I have to go to the news thing. Yeah, so also what's going on is a mutual event, which is coming next month. This is basically like a school trip. Okay, so foremost, one of the things that we want to talk about is that this character, I can't zoom in a bit, I can't. But the interesting thing is that her clothes is like the violet clothes, and her clothes don't even change. I don't know if it changes in Scarlet what it has when she has the red. So is she basically are like she's a teacher at the Blueberry Academy. So the crazy thing is she's interested in the terrestrialized phenomenon. I forgot to. Sorry, guys, I forgot to zoom it out. Yeah, because people was like, even the linker was pointing out that she could. It's like something. Her eyes even matched the legendary Pokemon's, the Paradox Pokemon eyes. Some could tell us that she might be an AI. Maybe. That's maybe. Okay, so talking about that, then let's talk about the new, basically new Pokemon that is for sure. Okay, so we have these two Pokemon basically. I talk about the other two, the new Pokemon that was given evolutions. This, what I want to really talk about is this. So basically, wait a second. Okay, here it is. When you look at these drawings, you would think these all are whole Pokemon. So right now, we look at Cabellian. Raised Iron, what's this called? Iron Crown. So this thing, I think it's either this thing or this thing right here. You see, and if you look at this, one of these things is showing right here in the drawing. And I want you guys to actually pay attention to this. If this was colored the same color as that, we can look at the body parts of the Pokemon that it shows. What I actually missed, what I missed about this whole thing with this picture is that I also thought that it was a whole Pokemon. But the whole point was they call it immigrate Pokemon. So most likely they must have just sketched together a Pokemon of how it would look. Like I could say this. Well, I would call this the mixed Johto region Pokemon, which they just sketched together. It's like they just sketching. It's not like they saying that's how the Pokemon exactly looks like. It's really three separate Pokemon. Same with this one. I would call this like a dinosaur species because they most likely look. Suicune's Paradox Suicune's looks like a dinosaur. Same way with the Roku. I guess I'm saying his name right, but it's a dinosaur too. So okay, I showed you guys the thing. So these two, I see the line, and then let's see. Yeah, the line thing right here does match this, but it doesn't. Let me see. I think the feet does match it. No, the feet doesn't match it. Even the grass one, the other one, the other Paradox one that was showing. They had the other two when they were showing it. Didn't match the feet, so I'm pretty sure those feet is Tarakikon, the third Soul Justice one, which was one of the two Pokemon that's missing as the Paradox. So this right here, I can show you which part of the body is showing here because they showing mix. I know what you guys saying. You like it doesn't really. It does. It's just some of the body parts matches just the description of the picture. So like right, cool. I can see the feet. The two bottom feet, like these 2 feet, is Raiku's feet. These 2 feet for the Suicune's two the paradox form doesn't have the claws like this one though, but this one does. If you see the feet, look how the way the feet looks. It looks the exact same as the one that's right here. Yeah, it does have it too. Yeah, it does have it. So I'm guessing that because Entei is going to be the Paradox form is going to be in Scarlet anyways because it's kind of like a dinosaur. Like the ones in Scarlet is like animals in the past, like pretty much in the ancient times actually. And I kind of like see the Pokemon like these Pokemon to be as in the future with the sword. You see how long his the thing just transforms to a sword. So like these things just transform to the like the two horns combined, then they made a whole long sword. And his hair even wraps around, comes apart, and the hair all wraps around it. And then the tail looks like a kind of like a zigzag thing. It's like a dinosaur. It's one of those dinosaurs that got the long neck and stuff. Yeah, so I see what they doing with this because I just realized this that when looking at the book, it actually made me think like, oh, well, we missed something that was very important because like the whole difference is that we gonna have like just thinking about this, it's like this whole DLC is about the Arrow Zero, the hidden treasure of the Arrow Zero because we pretty much wasn't done yet because the part two DLC also had something to do with the Arrow Zero 2, so it's something that ain't no telling how many. I don't know how many of them is exactly coming. Okay, so that's pretty much done. Okay, so now they just realized that in the Arrow Zero format is that when you do get this Pokemon, because they said that it's become clear that this recent discovery of mystery Pokemon is in fact the legendary Pokemon to Rakdos in its normal form. It turns out that the form Tarantula was first discovered is in its terrestrialized form. So pretty much it could terrestrialize his home. Apparently, Toronto is capable of taking multiple distant appearances. So basically, I could just look at this Pokemon having one of those max forms too. Not yeah, this Pokemon is gonna have the max form because I think this Pokemon is the one that created the Thrush format. The two legendary Pokemon on the cover doesn't necessarily make the it doesn't make the Thrush. It makes the Paradox Pokemon, not the Thrush phenomenon thing. Okay, so before I go back into this, we also got something that was just called Max Outbreak, which features Clefairy. Now, if you play Legend Arceus, it's a mission thing that one of those requested missions that you get, and you have to see like a couple Clefairies doing the dance or something, and it's it's pretty kind of hard because most of them be around there doing the dance under the moon. That's like around the nighttime. So this event don't start until September the 28th at 5 o'clock until October the 1st at 4:59. So yeah, it's kind of like this. Yeah, I remember doing something like this. To participate in the match where you need to download and install updates for the game. Yeah, it's gonna be an update for it when it does come out. Marks officially, you may catch or receive a Pokemon mark. Any mark Pokemon that comes with time mark you choose to play will be sent. Yeah, because when you send out a Pokemon, pretty much you guys know this because most Pokemon that you get, anyway you get it, you get a mark. Some of like the 7-star mark is from the events basically. So it's not, yeah, you will pretty much notice it. It won't say this kind of name until you just assign it to it. But moving on to the next slide is the leak up. Now, this is one of the first things that we all talk about. We never actually had like a second slide of like the even though Sword and Shield had most likely had a deal with having a DLC, and you could go into a turn. They had a tournament, but they didn't have a Elite Four or a second champion at all. In this game, they have one, which is called a BB Lead on Elite Four, and it's a champion. They haven't revealed the champion's name or nothing, or his ace Pokemon yet. So, this most likely in the part 2. So, whatever it does come, I don't know if they show some kind of trailer to announcing it. I don't know, but I know the next Pokemon Presents is in February. And you can also invite gym leaders too. That's what I heard. The club computer, you can use the computer in the club room to lend a hand to other club members that need funding for their activities. You can donate blueberry points, a currency used when it with the camera. You may receive thank you gifts from clubs you donated. For example, if you donate the, the battle points to the Blueberry County Art Club, you be able to see decorate lead room. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you can invite gym leaders during the time at the Blueberry County. You'll be able to invite familiar faces from the region for a visit. When you invite a trainer, we can talk to them. Take photos. If you defeat one of these trainers of value, you could also be able to trade Pokemon with them. You might see just the side of them you haven't seen them. Okay, so that's pretty obvious. I'm actually believing that you actually never get to trade with gym leaders. The only time you probably trade with other, I know that it's champions in the past games. They did actually give you a Pokemon. That's why I just believe is that they gave you a Pokemon. They gave you like an egg or something, or they tell you to trade. Like the Rails had something like. Yeah, it's like that. But since you could trade with them, I wonder like what kind of Pokemon they'll trade for. I'm trying to get to the small details before I go with them. Okay, so okay, on the top of your school trip in uh, Konami, I don't know how to say the name. And your studies aboard a book here about the story of the hidden treasure will tie back to the Pandemic as well. Yeah, so I think that's it's a thing also that unlocks the flying ability. You can fly, but you have to fly as you gotta go to the highest point to actually fly higher. So it's not too much to. Okay, so now for this one, this is something another thing that consists of the DLC, which features the one of the legendary Pokemon. So it's no telling. Like this stuff is in Japanese. Some of the stuff is Japanese, and some. Well, it was during the photos I seen. Someone had yeah, but it's in English. She has an ancestor that's released. So if you know Adamant, I think that's how you say his name, Adamant from Legend Arceus. She has the same blue hair and yeah, the same blue hair. The eyes as him. You can see the face too. She's a camera loving traveler with an easygoing personality. It seems she's in search of a current Pokemon who wants to take hold of it. I'm pretty sure they say it's something consistent with the story. That she probably talking about the legendary Pokemon with the mags, most likely. But I'm actually just thinking about the way how it's going is I don't know which part of the story is how the way it's gonna go like first like the first steps of it. But they did show us the first thing is that we'll go back to the school is where we go on the field trip. Most likely. So that's what it says right here. It's called the Timeless Woods. So I don't know exactly what that is. So I don't know what this icons is. I'm pretty sure this is probably the photos. We can take the photos. All right. So now looking at this, it's also one of the things that was pointing towards is that this kind of game thing is called the Orcatin. It's a it's basically a game you could play low. You can play with players and stuff. So it's like a game you could play and you could gather the berries. You gather it back to this bin that's right here, and it could increase your Pokemon stats. This kind of consists of the same thing what just did with the balloons. And the craziest thing is that with these balloons, it does have a the type. It had a grass thing. I don't know if this actually represents the legendary Pokemon. That's because it's the type. And you also take pictures with your Pokemon without it moving because you know this. If you take a picture with your Pokemon, it'll move most of the time, but this time it's not. Now you see the max. This kind of max that's right here. You could buy it from the shop, most likely. And the other maxes that you've seen, you pretty much will see that. I'll go back into that a little bit. But let's see about the League 4, which is in the part 2. which this guy is Drayden's descendant or something, and he uses the dragon type is his ace. But it's kind of crazy that this guy uses a dragon type just like how Drayden does. He has long side sideburns that's coming down because Drayden's hair is very long with yeah, he has like a whole beard and a whole lot of sideburns growing down there. So this is the like this is gonna be like elite trial set by Aries. Your legendary Pokemon Groudon or Miraudon can take a specimen that will grant it power to fly. It seems this power is only temporarily, but perhaps someday this hidden power will be fully released. Yeah, so this is probably one of the things that this Pokemon could do. Well, just like I just said, that this Pokemon, these two legendary Pokemon are pretty special because of how the way they could fly, swim, and climb on rocks and everything. So it's other things they could do. So we have Lacey, which is one of the Elite Four. They tell who she is. She's um Ernest and Karen. She will show you around Blueberry Karen will show 5. Crispy, he's the another Elite Four, which he's wait, I'm trying to figure out is she's a part of Elite Four too? Is he? Yeah, she was. I just thought she didn't seem like she was. Okay, Crispin is enjoys cooking and red hot battles after a club. Activities are finished. He often puts his cooking skills to work so that he and the other 3 members of the leaf can all enjoy a meal together. That's so. This is armies. This is the one that's going to we're gonna do the elite trail with our Pokemon. So with the legendary Pokemon. Okay, Drayton. Is that how you say his name? Yeah, Drayton. He even got the dragon thing. Dre might act like just, but apparently he's a force to be reckoned with in a battle. He doesn't seem to go to class often and reach the Remor passage. He he had to repeat a year thrice already. Okay, let's see what else. All right, so just like looking at this, there's a whole difference with this than the Max thing. So this gives us like a glimpse of it has a different appearance with the Max, and I'm actually thinking that the Max is pretty much it terrestrial. No, the Max pretty much terrestrializes its own self. It's a this is one of the things that Aaron was talking about. The link was talking about. It was talking about how the way that when we could terrestrialize, like it's certain Pokemon that could terrestrialize to the it's a different terrestrialized state, and then this is one of the states in the middle of the story. But pretty much, I actually thought that we was going to actually see the face under the Max, but not yet. Okay, let's see. Now, since we done with this, so this is what we have for now. It ain't nothing else we could share about it. Okay, so we have a new Pokemon called Driplin, which has a special ability called Super Sweet Sur And the whole point is that if they show Alphaton or the other ones, they're not actually showing the other ones because most likely it's going to actually evolve probably into another one because the other one's not going to have that ability. I don't think they will. Well, we could just see right now. It doesn't have it either. It just have Ripton and Guillotine and Bulletproof. So it doubles the effect of a berry. Then flap apple doesn't have the sword ability either. See, you use a tart apple or a sweet apple. I'm actually thinking, yeah, this Pokemon is going to be in the wild, and then it'll be. I think it's going to evolve at a certain level or something, or is it happiness? Then also Ton has it doesn't have the ability. So now let's make it seem as that this Pokemon is going to have a different evolution going forward. So they call it the Candy Apple Pokemon, just like the Taffy apples. All right, so the next, oh yeah, one is ability. So they has a new move called Surf Bomb. Lowers the opponent's speed each turn for 3 turns. Wow, that's 3 turns. So we had this big cannon monster called Ar Artrodromon, which is consists of the Rulon. The Pokemon stats set 535, and Uncle Primo say this Pokemon probably be at 600. 600, I would actually believe, because if its pre-evolved form is already 535, then that should. What's you guys' opinion? Should I pick this Pokemon on my team? Okay, so it has the ability. They don't have the ability that I mean, not the ability. The other thing, the what's called Electro Shot. It's an electric type move, and it works very well during the rain. Yeah, this is cool. I did want to pick this Pokemon at first. Okay, so that's pretty much it for right here. So they actually showed the now they just confirmed some more information from it. So Taras, yeah, I know we already said this is the new legendary Pokemon to be released and it's on valid DLC it takes on different form when Terrestrialized. So this is the normal form, which you probably seen. We're gonna probably see this first when Lico uses it. I believe that we're gonna get at that point where Lico's gonna probably just use it. It goes into that key for a reason, so people want like the explorers might try to steal it, but pretty much they not gonna stop coming after it. And this Terrestrialized one be as cool as we know. If we get this, we get more information because you know that if we get this, like this shows up in the anime episode, we're gonna get like a trailer from it and showing what way it exactly it could do. But even though this does don't come out until in the winter, which winter is December, but it might not be. Okay, so all right, so it's pretty much everything is pretty much cool. So when you look at these Pokemon, they haven't showed the typing yet. Most likely, we could say if it has Toxic Chain, it has the wait, I'm on the wrong page. Okay, so now just to sum up what's going on. So they just talking about the evolution of the two Pokemon that got evolutions. Is one Pokemon that's from the part one, and we're supposed to be having a conversion form that just like Tentacle has one, which is a grass and ground type, and then Digley had one, which is called Wiglet. Okay, so you could fight gym leaders, and they talk something about the Dragon Pokemon has in two forms, and they said Raging Bolt and Iron Crown. Also, the Linker said something about the Paradox Pokemon, like the two other ones, like the Soldiers, like Terrakikon, and the Entei is the one that's missing after that which is going to be in the part two, anyways. But so just showing that before I even show anything else, but just like I just said, I just summed up the body parts of how it's like look. So pretty much I can say the body parts that's right here in this description right here is Chakron's body, legs, and the face right here. See the eye pupil thing, the horn things is Terracons. It's not Veraxins because Veraxins horns is pretty much. So I can show you this. Okay, let's see if we can find it. Now you see this. See, it's totally different. Difference. Not the only thing that I say that's right is just the face. And the green thing that's up here is also right from the picture description. It was a grass and fire type. It's now a psychic type. That's the whole difference. Yeah, but this is a mega track. That's not the one. Okay. Yeah, it did show up for me the other time. I don't know why. It didn't take so long to come. Okay, it looks like they're not showing it because they did show a glimpse of it. So this was something that the person had created, which was pretty. It was true though. And then in the description of this, when they was talking about this, they was talking about that steel type and dragon type. I'll show you guys about with the one that's in the card region, which is this, and then this Pokemon, this thing is going to be Sankroba, which going to going to have a evolution probably. I think this is going to whatever it's going to be, but I can't find it. Yeah, trying to show you guys that it was there. It was. I know I seen it, but you know what? we'll see it eventually. But they don't want to show it. I'm seeing it. Yeah, so a lot of those like other people was making it. Yeah, I always sometimes wonder if Kellio would be in the description of it, but I guess not. But anyways, let's move on to this. Okay, so they were talking about the village, which I went over already, and they also shown some of the Pokemon that's exactly coming, and this give us like Universe vibes. This is the Dripbill City bridge. You see, this is in Japanese. That's why I just said that Japanese pretty much be the one that get it first. Okay, so let's see. All right, this is something I want to show. So you see the max is right here. This is pretty much the forms of the Pokemon, how they look. They look pretty much different. This is how they will look, and we see the last legendary Pokemon's max in here too. So we'll see what happens with this. That's one thing I actually want to show you guys in the trailer thing. Yeah, there's a few stores that's right here. Oh, this might be a guy that help you trade Pokemon. That part might give you a Pokemon to trade. Okay, so that's Appleton. No, what's did I forget about the Pokemon that quick? Okay, so we have. Let's see, where did it go? Oh yeah, Dripiton. Okay, so they have the list of the Pokemon that's returning. So it goes to the Telemax and see the new Pokemon. So they have these new Pokemon that showed up, which these four already were in there when it was first announced. But this one is new, which is going to be announced in the game. Well, pretty much this Pokemon might be just catchable anyways. Instead, you find the Appleton and evolve it. So we got Atkins, Arbok, Cliffy, Clefairy, Clefable, Vocalist, Ninetales, Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath, Blossom, Munchlax, Snorlax, Centric, Ferret, Hoothoot, and Nautil, Apom, Amipom, Yamaga, Glider, Charmander, Nuzleaf, Surfree, Corfish, Crocodile, Chickling, Jamaico, Phoebius, Milotic, Valeri, Metapus, Phantom, Traffic, Gambling, Chargerbug, Vegapult, Cramorant. Yeah, I was surprised to see Cramorant was in there. That's pretty cool. And then next for the next one, so this is for the part two, which these tools already exist in new Pokemon, which is it's the same Pokemon, it's just a terrestrialized. Then we have Raging Bow and Iron Crown. So these two. Here, Astrodon. I can't continue. Okay, that's the new one. So the other new returning Pokemon, since they already got the other ones in there. So this is the ones that they updated from the trailer. Sensru, Doldi, Viedo Trio, Sail, Dongon, Execute, uh, Execute, Execute, okay. Then the lower form is gonna come too, which is gonna be at a certain point of the location. Unless if you could trade one, I don't think you could trade one. I don't know. I think so. Emily, Himilchan, Himiltop, Magni, Rhyhorn, Rhydon, Rhyperior, Magmortar, Lapras, Skarmory, Torpitch, Verbine, Flygon, Phoebius, Milotic. Wait, Milotic was another thing. Duskull, Declops, Distor, Shoutgun, Snowball, Piloswine, Magnuswine, Luciana, Machiana. That's the Dragon Pokemon, which they don't have a number for it yet. Mantane, Metagross, Grandigos, Rampardos, Sheldon, Malcion, Exclusive Striker, Timber, Girder, Caholder, Connie, West Sky, Machino, Chachino, Sarcosulis, uh, Dilson is Ricopolis, Liquid, Lampet, Serenus, Gauntlet Golder, Esper, Metalostic, Inkay, Malamar, Searchly, and Creamy and Dorilla. Okay. And also we have the new colon for male and female clothing, which they talked about already. Okay, so that's all the new reveal and all the return Pokemon. So referring to the new moves, which combat. Oh wait a second, this is from the Starmobile used by the that Molder Pokemon. That's all. So these the two moves that's updated is called Surf, Bomb, and Electroshock, which we already read. What's that about? Then we have new abilities. Zero, yeah, they know that. Wow. Toxic Chains, Toxic Damage. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the Pokemon thing. So getting back with the Mewtwo thing, September the first through the September 17th, Mewtwo will be 7-star rate bouts and receiving a special boost. I don't know if it's the boost for the raid or go against Mewtwo. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty much hard. So one of the first events is going to be Scizor, Blissey, and High Dragon is one of the first events, which runs between August the 9th through the 17th. And then the next one shows full support. This is like pretty much a preparation. It runs from August 18th through the 31st, featuring Blissey, Harry, and Gamerstar. So both events will run aside Mewtwo from September the 1st through 17th. And then this is the code that we're entering. Then we have the Detective Pikachu's trailer, which they shows you receiving help from wild Pokemon include Growlithe and No, Growlit and Guardian form the Rungeon. Growlit helps you find items and stuff and clues, and then Dimensions helps you knock down boulders and stuff. That's it. So one of the pre-shots. So this is one of the cases how it would actually look. Yeah, here goes the other thing. This is having a look pretty funny right here. And then we also see some kind of feathers. That's right there. Yeah, sometimes some of the Pokemon rabbits should help you. So yeah, but that's pretty much it for the veil. I explained everything and the 7 star with red and everything. The Pokemon League. Oh, also you could actually one more thing I forgot to mention is that you could change your Pokemon style just like you did Sun and Moon. But anyways, this is it. Yeah, I did a lot of minutes too. But anyways, this is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe, drop a like, and be sure to be prepared for the YouTube event, which is coming out next month. They wish they did an event featuring Mewtwo for Pokemon Unite the other time, and then they did one for the Pokemon Cafe. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Be sure to subscribe.